Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just kind of a quick update video. A few new finds, what I've been spinning, just kind of gobbling that all together. So, yeah, just kind of jump into it. Nothing big, nothing special, just sharing music with you guys and letting you know kind of the mode that Mr. Hall of Fame has been in over the past week or so. As always, kind of all over the place. Playing in the background, got the Flirts, which I'm sure you guys hearing this song, you probably recall that nice little pop hit from the 80s. Really fun album. I mean, there's a lot of good songs on this album. Actually, just really encompasses everything that was female 80s bebop new wave type of stuff back then, which is really cool. I mean, the album cover kind of says it all. I'd like to get a better copy of it. You can see, well, the album is in really good shape, but the cover kind of has a little rip right there. But I found this at a Goodwill for 25 cents. And I was like, hey, it'll do until I can get a good copy. So if someone happens to have one, let me know. Might work out a trade or something like that. Which is something else I'm probably going to do here pretty soon too, is do a video showing a couple things I'm looking for and trades and all that kind of stuff too. So let me just dive into it. Kind of what I've been spinning this week, and new finds, all kind of mixed into one. Slayer, Show No Mercy. I'm sure everyone's pretty familiar with that one. I won't go into a lot of detail on each one unless I just kind of share what I've been spinning. Of Monsters and Men, actually was playing this one earlier today. Kind of interesting album here. Some stuff I really like, some stuff I'm not as crazy about, but overall I think a really solid album. One thing I do love though, I mean I almost go to it every time I even think about putting this album on, is on the song Mountain Sound. The kind of the chorus vocals that, what's her name, Nana, I think that's her name, does. Something about her voice and that just, I don't know, every time I hear it, it just kind of screams like Janis Joplin, not the same grit and soul and blues of Janis Joplin, but there's some type of like 60s flower power type of power in her voice and her delivery. And as I think I've said it in one video before, I would love to hear her do a like a solo album. I think it'd be pretty cool. And then of course we flip right over to classic here, The Real McCoy by McCoy Tyner. Really nice jazz piece, on Blue Note label. And just really cool stuff, I mean, you can see the other names that are on there, Joe Henderson and Carter and Jones. I mean, like, just another one of those instant all-star quartets that just made a fabulous album. So this is really good jazz album there. One of those albums and even groups that's kind of like Led Zeppelin, a lot of us joke about, how even though we know how incredible they are, to go back and listen to their albums can be a very hard thing to do, like almost impossible to listen to Led Zeppelin 4 from start to finish. Well, typically, this group kind of fell in that category, and I pulled it out the other day, the Eagles' Long Run, and just started listening to this album, and I was just like, holy cow, how easy it is to forget how fantastic an album this is. But so that's the Eagles' Long Run. Of course it has Long Run, I Can't Tell You Why, In the City, one of my favorite Eagles tracks of all time, which I was first introduced to from the movie The Warriors when I was younger. But Heartache Tonight, but just front to back, a fantastic album. And again, I just think it's one of those ones where you see Eagles and it's been so beaten into your head and your life for years and years and years, and you kind of just go right past it in your stacks. But man, you have to pull it out and just kind of refresh yourself, and you remember, oh, this is why the Eagles were so freaking big. So in light of that, it actually pushed me to the degree of being able to go back and pull out Hotel California as well. And again, listen to it all the way through, and just a really good reconnect with that album. This morning I was also spinning a little Conan the Barbarian soundtrack. Again, this is one that sounds kind of cheesy. You think about Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s and Conan the Barbarian, blah blah blah. But Sil Polydorus was a awesome composer, and this album, really in my mind, it's a number of songs on here, mainly the Anvil of Crom and Riddle of Steel and Riders of Doom. Those two songs really kind of show the essence of how classical music connects with, or is a direct kind of grandfather or ancestor of metal music. There's just a lot of elements that really cross over, and this is a really, really good album. Don't let that soundtrack title fool you. Little Eddie Grant. Yeah, I walked down Electric Avenue last night. Awesome stuff. Hendrix album I hadn't spun in a while. Crash Landing. Number of good things on here too. Stone Free and Message to Love. I mean, just Jimmy doing his thing. Another classic here, Aerosmith. Got self-titled. Of course, you got Dream On, and what else good was on here? One Way Street, Moving Out. So again, a number of great classics on that album. And this is kind of one spot that I'm in right now too. I'm really starting to dive back into my 80s collection. Matter of fact, you can kind of see, I guess, maybe 2 cubes here, so it kind of goes like 6 over. This is kind of my one face front, if you will, where I can kind of set my albums up. I can just kind of flip right through them. And so typically whatever genre I'm kind of really getting into, it gives me an excuse to kind of rearrange my music room and put the stuff I'm really going through a lot over here, which right now is my 80s. So I took my entire 80s collection off of this wall and put it in these. Of course, I had to switch that over, which is a pain. But this is one of the things I was listening to just the other night. Rod Stewart, Camouflage. Man, when I was younger, I mean, I still love this album. When I was younger, I was crazy about this album. I mean, Some Guys Have All the Luck was just like one of my favorite songs back in the 80s. The video of it was awesome too. I kind of showed this while I was playing it in the background the other day in a video, which is Terry Reid, Seed of Memory. Fantastic album. New, another very cool album. Gave that a spin the other day. Unnatural Helpers. I pulled this one out when I did a response to someone's video a couple weeks ago, and actually gave it a spin the other day, so really cool stuff there. Another album that's kind of easily forgotten about, and you skip over the name because it's gotten so much recognition over the years, but you have to go back and revisit it and see just how incredible it was. But Genesis, Invisible Touch, this is a slamming album. Again, I just threw it on the other day and listened to it from front to back, and was just like I was doing some stuff on the computer, and I just kept like looking up going, really? That's on that album? Really? And then when you go back, I mean, Invisible Touch, Tonight, Land of Confusion, In Too Deep. I mean, just on and on. It's an awesome album. So that was a good revisit as well. And my girls, Ronettes, love it. And, oh yeah, I did spend a little Wayne Shorter too this week. Of course, this is Night Dreamer, so really good stuff there. And then as far as CDs go, again, kind of a few new finds as well as stuff I've been playing. Kind of all over the place again. Jane Wyman, Fur. Isn't that just the cutest little cover you ever seen? It's just so cute. But one of my favorite 80s one-hit wonder type things. She had that hit Rush Hour, which I love to death. That song just gets me, excuse me, I don't know if tickled is the word, but just like happy, if you will. But I have the 12-inch single, so it was kind of nice to actually find the CD. It's only a couple dollars as well. And it's just such a cute cover. You're so cute. Shalimar, Greatest Hits. For you 80s R&B fans, you remember Shalimar. Second Time Around, Dancing in the Sheets. I mean, just a lot of great hits. So that was another great find. Spinning a Little Rainbow. Not their greatest album, but still a good one. Been Out of Shape. Herbie Hancock, Sextant. Very, very good album. This is one I have to get on vinyl. Really, really cool stuff, kind of that, I don't know if I can maybe make up a term, which I don't know if it is or not, but like Afro jazz type thing. I mean, you know Herbie, he's all over the place doing whatever comes to his mind. But that is a fantastic album. If you have not heard that, a great listening experience with this album. A little more Herbie here. Another pickup I got for $1 or $2, but I'm actually working on getting Herbie Hancock's complete studio album collection on CD. So here's our Hancock Perfect Machine. So more good stuff. Boys in the Hood soundtrack, another very, very good one. You know, some good old school hip hop, I guess early mid 90s type hip hop. But one of the songs I think that's really a killer track on this album is Black on Black Crime. That's kind of a jazz R&B mix, and that song just has an awesome smooth groove to it. Chinese Democracy, Guns N' Roses. Everyone pretty much knows that. A little more Herbie Hancock. This is the new standard. Does a lot of covers on here. You know, he does In a New York Minute by Don Henley. I think he even does a Nirvana cover on here. Yeah, he does All Apologies by Kurt Cobain. So he just covers a bunch of different things on there, which is kind of cool. Joan Jett, don't need to say anything about that. That's my girl. She's hot, she rocks. She's all things female rock and roll. Neil Young, don't have to say anything about that. He rocks all things rock and roll. And then a couple Phil Collins pickups. I'm also kind of complete my Phil Collins discography, which isn't that hard. He only had like, what, 6 or 7 studio albums or something like that. But this is But Seriously. And then Hello, I Must Be Going. And of course, you know, that infamous Phil Collins, all of his albums had his face, close-ups of his face. So, oh, and then I guess I was playing this last night too, so I can share that. Ozzy Osbourne. It's a 4 CD box set, Prince of Darkness. You know, it's really just kind of a compilation, 4 CD. It's kind of a 4 CD set with just really a bunch of live stuff is what it boils down to. So I was kind of giving that a spin last night as well. All right. So anyway, like I said, didn't have a ton to, you know, talk about or show. Just wanted to share with you what I've been spending over the last few days, as well as some new pickups in there. I am going to do a video here pretty soon because there are a lot of different artist collections that I'm working on right now. So I thought I might do a video just sharing some things I have for trade, and then also maybe give the VC an idea about some things I'm looking for. So, you know, I can maybe kind of get some trades and stuff like that going with people as well. All right, so take care, VC. As always, let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.